Fitin10 Nation, it is day 41. Gosh, I didn't even look now. What are we, Thursday? So, yes, we are day 41. And the scans have started. This is your third round of scans. They started this morning. Of course, we're going to run some more tomorrow and some on Saturday. We're still short on, I think I've got 23 people signed up. You know, basically there's still another 13 spots. Unfortunately, one person has left the challenge. Well, I'm still in contact with this person, so hopefully we'll be able to, hopefully I'll be able to convince this person to stay, hopefully. And, you know, just while I'm on this topic, you know, this is, I guess for this person, you know, things were getting very stressful for them, and that so much so that they couldn't sleep. So what I want to say to you is if this is bothering you to the point that it's affecting your sleep, you know, we need to just back off a bit, okay? So we need to just maybe tackle certain things of the challenge, starting with the easiest stuff. So like, let's get in 3 workouts per week, okay? Like, let's put the diet aside. Or let's say, no, like maybe you do want to tackle some of the diet, and let's say, okay, let's just work on getting your protein for the day. Don't worry about anything else, okay? This is going to be a much better approach than just simply saying, well, I can't do everything, so I'm not going to do this anymore. You know, so really, I'm going to really encourage you. Listen, this challenge is a big step for a lot of people. It's a huge thing. It's like, again, I don't know what your background is, but for a lot of people, when they come into this, it's like, okay, there's like a lot of stuff, especially diet, that is a big overhaul, right? You know, I think we could probably agree that the classes are probably the easiest portion of this, right? Not easy in the sense of completing them, but of actually doing them. I'm sure they're challenging, but it's, you know, it's certainly easy just to, you know, you just show up and you just do the work and then that's it, it's over. You know, and hopefully, you know, you're getting your cardio, and I think that's probably a more manageable, but it's the diet that's really, really hard, especially with, you know, for some people it is, the planning aspect and sticking to that. And, you know, some people live with their families, and they're, you know, maybe their mom is cooking or whatever. This makes it very, very challenging, especially if, you know, there's a, you know, the person's used to having family dinner, that type of thing. You know, I can't obviously speak for everybody. I don't know how hard it is. I don't know how much of a change it is to your lifestyle. I don't know how stressful it is for you. But if it is really, really stressful, I'm going to ask that you know, don't back out of this. Don't just say, no, I'm not going to do anything. Rather, let's just tackle certain parts of it. And, you know, we can run your scans or not. You don't have to run your scan. But I'm going to encourage you to, and just, you know, we don't have to have any expectations per se, right? So, you know, we set these goals in the challenge, and obviously, you know, I think it makes it more interesting for you, hopefully, and it gives us something more tangible to work towards. It's certainly not the end-all, be-all, and I've always said this, and I said it from the beginning, and I mean it. If you you know, you don't do that, don't really do well in the challenge, and you finish the challenge, but you keep going, and you keep trying with your diet, being, you know, more mindful of what you're eating, your portions, you know, you're consistent with your exercise, ongoing. That is way more. You are in the long run much more successful than anybody who smashes the challenge and then just goes back to their regular life. You know. So when I say smash the challenge, I mean does really well in the challenge. Okay, that's great if you do well in the challenge. I think it's awesome, and kudos to you. But really, what means more to me, and hopefully to you, is if you keep up with some habits going forward, right? So again, portion control, you know, and I'll speak more on this about it as you know, as the challenge comes to an end. But, you know, essentially portion control and make sure you get enough protein in there. These are 2 things that are going to help you tremendously when trying to manage your weight, okay? All right, so I'm almost 5 minutes here of just talking, so let's get to some feedback here. All right, so name something specific you can improve upon for the following week. I'm enjoying the aspect of learning what is in food. Before this challenge, I had never read a label. This week, I am cooking some meals I would typically eat at dinner to understand what is in what I eat. Shocked at how much was in my plain meat sauce and how little protein is in my veg chili. To improve this week, lift more weight as I feel more comfortable with body mechanics in the gym. Okay, so this is great. So again, let's maybe, like I said, set some standards for some weights that you will lift, right? Yeah, when it comes to food, I mean, this is one of the primary reasons that I have you plan out your food, and especially what I have specific macros laid out for you. Is to know what's in food, to become aware. This is huge. You know, if you can finish this challenge and then, you know, carry on and you know, whatever you're eating going on in the future, you have a much better idea of what's on your plate and how much is there. That's you know, that's very. I don't know if people really understand how powerful that is for helping you into the future with managing, you know, your weight. So. But yeah, I mean, you know, plain meat sauce, if it's high in fat, it's either a very fatty meat or there is some sort of oil that's going into this. That would be one of the two things there. And how little protein is in veggie chili. Yeah, I mean, you know, veggie chili, you can get some protein out of vegetables and the beans that go in there, but these are not protein strong foods, right? I mean, when you're looking at the percentage of calories coming from protein in like a veggie chili, you know, it might be 5% or something, right? So, because everything that's going in there is a carbohydrate strong food, right? So, on a percentage basis, it's very, very low. On an overall, actually, on an overall basis, yeah, it's quite low. It's hard to get protein out of a lot of. It's hard to get. It's not impossible, but it's just harder to get protein. You know, when you're not eating any of these animal products or byproducts. Okay, let's get the message of the day here quickly. All right, well, it's day 41, and we're basically rounding out week 6, if you can believe it. And this is just a reminder to you that time flies, right? It flies. Maybe you don't need that reminder, but there's a big but with this. Time flies, but you are the pilot, right? You are the pilot. You have the choice to make whatever choices you want, right? You have the freedom to make whatever choices you want. You have that... that will, right? The will to make whatever choice you're going to make. And, you know, as I've said, I don't know how hard or easy it is for you, but ultimately you do have that choice. And hopefully you're making those right decisions day in and day out. And again, if it is too much for you, everything put together is too much for you, let's just focus on some of the easier stuff, okay? And then, you know, work on getting that hammered out and then move forward from there, okay? That would be my advice, okay? But as much as time is flying through this, you are still the pilot, and you can, at any point, you know, change your decision, change your perspective, you know, change how you want to, or, you know, what you want to tackle on this, or how much more aggressively you want to go, that type of thing, right? It's all up to you. So, guys, positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude. I'll talk to you all very soon. See you guys.